Welcome to Paranormal Q and A with myself, Anne Rekovich, and Renata Daniel, or Auntie Anne and Auntie Renata, or whatever you want to call us, as long as it's not late for dinner. Yes, I don't even have my lippy on tonight. How bad's that?
I've got mine on instead, and I never wear it.
I know. I don't even know where mine is at the moment.
How are you all, everyone? And can you hear us? Can someone give us a thumbs up?
Give us a sign.
Give us a thumbs up.
I have to go put my lippy on now. I feel naked.
Oh, go and put your lippy on then.
Put my lippy on.
Now, for anyone just joining us for the very first time, hello, good evening. We apologise immediately for anything that we might say that could be offensive.
And I keep remembering they can still hear me as I go into the bathroom, so best I don't
we tell it as it is. We go as we are as truthful as we possibly can be. Tonight is not tarot night. Please do not send in tarot questions. Tonight is Paranormal Q and A. It's right down there. Right down there. Paranormal Q&A. So if you have a paranormal question, if something has happened to you or there is something on your mind that you would like to talk about, please, please, please write it in the comment section, wherever your comment section is. I can't point because everything's backwards. So write it in the comment section.
You. Did you hear me as I went into the bathroom? Because my microphone was still on.
No. Oh, maybe it wasn't.
No, you wouldn't hear it.
Write it in the comment section, and we will endeavour to answer that question.
We were just talking about you. Well, actually, we're talking about your rotten husband.
Hello, sir.
Saying the torture we put him through in our Grand Poobahs, because we have for our Patreon supporters, we have a private session with them twice a month. So we've just been online with them, and we're talking about the torture we put poor Glenn through with our content. Hi, spooky girl. It's some. We got a. Renata's shimmering. Look at you.
I know. Shall I take it off? No, I won't.
No, please don't. All right. I'm just going to scroll back up through to see if we've got any questions.
Absolutely none.
So, you've been inspired to write some jokes and try out at an open mic night. Well, why not? Go for it. I'm Dave, and these are my regrets. Hi, Linda Mata. Oh, no. Where are we up to there? Always.
Now, for any of you that actually listen to our Spooky Sundays, just also be aware that we've only got a couple of weeks left before we take a break for Christmas. So our last show will be on the 17th of December, and on the 17th of December.
I love that name, Wendy. It's awesome.
On the 17th of December, it will be a Christmas special. So expect a whole lot of Christmas ghost stories and plenty of Christmas music.
I can change the backdrop. It's really cool. Actually, we might change the backdrop and see what happens. Renata loves it when I play with stuff during the show. I made the whole show freeze up once because I was changing backdrops.
Can you not?
But it's always fun. I want to see how it reacts if we have, say, one like that. Nah. What's that one? We won't. We're not looking at that. Frightfully Good Hour with Anne and Renata Australia. These are the old ones I set up, but I'd set up the lights for that particular one. If you want to have a really good look at what we look like. We're working on the lighting. We're having a few issues. My main light stopped working, and so we are having to work with whatever I can find at the moment. You can hear us good. Hello, Kate. Hi, Ali.
Oh, welcome from South Wales, UK.
Oh, Kate. Oh,
it's cold and damp.
Wales.
Oh, it's humid and muggy here.
Do you know what we could do if you want to do something? You guys are so good. You have taught us everything already.
Oh, thank you.
My work colleague just confided that her phone music came on in the night twice this week. Her sunnies were vibrating on the bench and her lamplight came on by itself. Should she try to connect?
It might be just one of those things.
A jot.
It may be just a once-off and it won't happen again. My suggestion is for her to wait and see if something else happens. If she can connect it with something that's been going on, or that is if it's happened around a specific date, a special date, then it could be the anniversary of someone who has passed and they might be sending a little bit of a message. There are so many things that you can think about here, but I kind of stress that more than anything, it could be a one-off and that's it. Yeah, it won't happen again. So, no, don't try and connect unless she can kind of...
unless those actual signs are relevant, like it's a sign, say, for example, if... your best friend loved red birds and a red bird kept appearing all the time and your friend had passed, that would be more interesting to me than just random things, because sometimes just random stuff put together is not actually a connection, if you know what I mean. It's just you're heightened to look for random things now, so everything starts to become a possible... And
phones going off randomly sometimes just happen. They just happen.
Music.
Yeah. It's not necessarily something
Sometimes
paranormal.
it's somebody may have said, hey, Google, play me Rocky Horror, and all of a sudden it will be playing Rocky Horror and you don't even know. My Google didn't work.
Sure, playing the album The Rocky Horror Picture Show on Spotify.
Oh, hey, Google, stop. Get demonetized. Hey, Google, stop. We can't afford to be demonetized. All right. Speaky Girl has a question. How can you protect your home from negative energy from coming in? Keep dickheads out of the house. keep a fry pan. Say, come into my house, I'm going to bop you. Because not all negative energy is spirits.
That's true.
It's humans bringing their negative thoughts in and bringing you down and stopping you from being your best self because of their problems, their biases, their beliefs. It's nothing to do with you. It's their issues that they haven't dealt with, and they drag it through the door like a turd on your shoe. That was very powerful, wasn't it?
That was channeled.
I channeled that. Especially the turd on the shoe bit. So
it's totally channeled, Anne.
Set your boundaries. This is something we've had to learn. Draw your line in the sand, your boundaries, and if people start talking negative or anything, just say, I respect that opinion, but I'd rather not talk about that now because that actually brings me down a bit.
Look, you can put some things up in your house to make you feel better. So you can put up some dream catchers if you like, or some bells, something that makes a little bit of a noise, because that kind of spiritually can dissipate energy. So something really, dangly that makes a little bit of a noise at your front door. You can put some... can put some prayer flags up if you so wish. You can do a smudging every so often. But, that the basic idea, as Anne says, is to keep real people out of your house that you don't want their energy in there. You have to be careful when you're trying to clear houses out of energy because, you might think it's negative, but unless it shows itself in some way that it is like that, then you're kind of making an assumption. So first of all, you've got to work out whether it is something that is trying to be harmful to you or not, and then why would it want to react like that to you? You don't want to plant those seeds in a place where there hasn't been anything.
Your eyes, you look like you've got googly eyes, just the position of your head then. It looked like you had googly eyes.
Oh yeah, there.
Oh, all right. Hi, Laura. How are you? A lot going on in our house as we have to move. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
What do you think of, what are your thoughts on wooden spoon therapy for naughty kids? I had a lot of that as a child. I didn't like it. Who's this Sue person? You are the best looking Anne and Renatas I know. I've got googly eyes now.
Nothing else to own this face.
Hi, Ross. Hi, Heidi. It's cold in Adelaide. Sure that was a phone buzzing. Hi, Jade.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so kind. My Google just went off too. I said everyone's Google's off. What if the dickhead lives there asking for a friend?
That's difficult. That is really, really difficult to
That's where you buy one of those big salt lamps, the big salt lamps, and when they come through the door, you throw it at them and they go away.
Yeah, if the dickhead lives there, that's a problem. I think you're going to have to, you need some counselling for that one. Yeah, no amount of crystals is going to help. No.
What's going on with Renata's eyes? She's possessed.
It's a freaking light she's put me on.
Oh, well, I'm doing the best I can. Renata. Oh, pass. Obi-Wan Renata, you're our only hope.
Oh, dear.
Oh. Does anyone have any questions for us about New Orleans or our upcoming Ireland tour? If anyone's interested in going to Ireland with us, we've got all sorts of things happening there.
Have you got the itinerary for Ireland there?
I can get the itinerary for Ireland because I now have.
It is nutso. The itinerary for Ireland is absolutely just crazy. It's so good.
I need the pen. All right.
Yes, Fairy Dragon. Crystals do help when thrown. They have to be pretty big ones, or you have to have very good aim.
I bought myself one of those tablet thingos so that I can I'm trying to find better ways to travel smarter because it can be quite heavy to cart that thing around. What am I looking for again?
The itinerary for Ireland.
So we want, I've just taken the notepad off. Damn it.
Yes, Karen, New Orleans was absolutely fantastic. I had never been there. I had never been to America, so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be getting into and what it was going to be like. I was very, very pleasantly surprised at America and being in New Orleans and around that area. We went to some of the plantations as well, and then we went to LA. So it was hectic. All these things that we tried to push into the very few days that we had was, sometimes really overwhelming because it was just also very, very different. But we enjoyed ourselves absolutely. It was a brilliant experience. Our group was just absolutely delightful. The itinerary that we had was a lot. We tried to pack a lot in. The good thing about being in New Orleans itself is that there wasn't a great distance to go from one place to the next, which was really good because often when you go on these tours, half the time is spent on a bus going from one place to another. And I think that's a real waste when you can be sort of on land and go and look at stuff. So I think with some tours, they just try to pack in too much into too large an area. And you kind of miss out on just being in the moment in these places because you're rushing around to get from one place to another all the time. And the most time you spend is on a bus, kind of relaxing. We got to spend time at our hotels and outside in a beautiful kind of garden outside area with seating, and we could all sit and laugh and have a drink and all sort of be together, and that was awesome.
For Joanne and Ali, because Ali lives very close to Malahide Castle, I'm sure we can find time to catch up and have a coffee. And Joanne, if you want to fly, I'm sure we can organise, because we are going to stay for an extra week in Ireland, and we will also possibly just pop back over to, I'm looking at flights at the moment, trying to find the best deals, and it's actually might make more sense to fly to England and then organise our own flight to Dublin. So we may fly back into England just for a couple of days, because Renata didn't get to go to Glastonbury last time, so I thought we could go to Glastonbury. So I'm sure we will find time to catch up and have a coffee if you guys are around wherever we are at the time we're there. The only thing we can't do is interrupt the set tour that we have for the people who have paid to come on the tour. But I will endeavour to find some other times that we can get there. But we start off at the Dublin City Hotel, and we then get on board the Ghost Bus.
Oh, the Ghost Bus is so much fun.
I never thought that I would say that about a Ghost Bus tour, but it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Then we, what's that? Storytellers on the Ghost Bus navigate through a labyrinth of ominous chambers, descend into the steps to the Victorian Theatre, where the night's enigmatic events will unfold behind. What the hell? We're going beneath Dublin's fair city. We're going underneath Dublin. Wow. I don't even know about that. Then we go to Malahide Castle, St. Patrick's Cathedral, Kilmainham Jail. We've done the podcast on Kilmainham Jail. And then we go Haunting Tales and Fairy Encounters.
Yes, we're going to a fairy fort, which will be awesome. And I think
House.
we have a special guest there too that's going to tell us all about the fairies of Ireland.
Belvedere House Gardens and Park, a place once consumed by jealousy, cruelty and intense family feud. Oh, that sounds like a true Hauntings podcast. Clonbrook House, and then we end up at the Fairy Fort. And then St. Patrick's Day is going to be insane, because we are actually going to be in Galway for St. Paddy's Day, and they've got a photo there of everybody in their St. Patrick's Day stuff, which is just going to be nuts. Then day 5, they're expecting us to do something. I don't know what we're going to do there, because we're probably going to have a hangover. We go to the Cliffs of Moher, and St. Bridget's Well, always a special place for us. Then we go to Killarney, and I wonder if we're going on the Killarney bus, because that was a really good one too. Blarney Castle, St. Patrick's Well, Rocker Cashel, and then we go to the County Arms Hotel to stay. I remember staying there when we were with Dave Schrader, and somebody scratched out the O on the County Arms Hotel, the county part. It was very funny. I've got a photo somewhere. Then we go into St. Luna's in Cadamstown.
I haven't been there.
And then we go to Leap Castle.
For an investigation.
Charleville Castle.
For an investigation.
I don't know. They're doing both of those on the one day.
Ooh.
Then we've got Wicklow Jail. Then we go into Wicklow, and we've got St. Bridget's Cathedral and Round Tower, Church of Ireland, Duckett's Grove. I didn't know we were going to Duckett's Grove.
We've just done a podcast.
We've just recorded a podcast
recorded a podcast on Duckett's Grove.
Yep. Then we're going to Wicklow Jail. And then, of course, we're going to the Hellfire Club. So, yeah, there's lots. If you're interested, Mysterious Adventures, Frightfully Good, Anne and Renata.
We'll put up a link. You can, of course, go from anywhere in the world and meet us there. It's not just for the Australians.
We've got Americans and Australians going at the moment.
Yeah. So from anywhere, just be aware that you are paying the normal price for the tour. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. The tour price or the content is one price and everyone pays that. We do need a few more bums on seats though, people. So please don't wait for too long. If you want to come along.
Hi, Daisy.
Sue, please book.
Oh, you're scared of flying. That's why I'm doing the Australia trip. I just can't drive to Sydney. Oh, fair enough. We just get Valium. Yes, Glastonbury. Fairy Fort said interesting. Try not to wear green. Okay.
Why? Let us know why.
Right, I'm just going to click on some of these questions that are in there and then I'll come back to them. Thank you very much for those people who have asked some questions. All right, Leanne Leonard. Hi, lovely ladies. A questions for Paranormal Q and A. What is your understanding of time slips? What are they and have you or someone you know experienced one? I have not experienced a time slip, but from my understanding, it's where I think some people talk about it like parallel universes, or it's a tear in time where you are suddenly in the same location, but many decades, if not hundreds of years beforehand. And there have been some very famous ones. We talked about one in one of the shows that we did at one stage or other.
There have been a few. There's been one where there are some people in London who were actually experiencing the Blitz. It wasn't like they weren't there at the time, but they were experiencing the noises and everything overhead, which was very, very interesting. And there's also a really...
It's almost like it's residual, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like they're the residual ghosts. There's a very famous one of one of the big... famous castles where they also experienced some people who they thought were dressed in sort of theatrical clothing, and they were
that happens a lot,
presenting something in a particular space, and they went to ask, what the big thing was that was going on, because it was the reenactment was just so perfect. It seemed like they were there in that time, and the person at the in the shop or wherever they went said, we don't have anything like that happening today. So wow, yeah. And the Blitz one, the one with the kind of the reenactment thing was two teachers who had that experience. So yeah, interesting stuff. I've kind of had a little bit of something happen to me. I was driving out to a place called Wollombi, and I got to a particular spot, and then all of a sudden, for me, everything changed, and I had no recognition of where I was. All I could think of was I just need to keep going straight. I have to keep going. But there was a period where I just had no idea. I couldn't recognize anything that was around me, anything that sort of, made me think that I know where I am. So that was unusual. That's happened to me once.
I do remember we were table tipping once at Liverpool TAFE. We were on an Appy tour, and I stepped away from the table for a while, and I remember one of the skeptics got up walking away going, I need to take a break. We're talking to someone from the 1960s who is sort of as gobsmacked as us, because they're there right now table tipping and talking to us here in the present moment. So it was like that was a time slip as well.
That's crazy. You've told me that story. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I wasn't there for it. Great. So I don't know if it's just, I can't explain what it is, but that's my understanding of some examples of what it is. Okay, Esther, my daughter clearly heard whistling in the lounge room on Saturday night when I was out. It could have been me. It was the first line of the tune, Hitler has only got one. The next night, she heard the same tune in the bathroom. I was home and asleep. How do you know that tune, Esther? That's my question. Is it a family member that may be on the other side that used to sing that tune or whistle that tune? Maybe it's them just saying, hi, we're here. Shane said, like a parallel universe where it's like a tape recorder and the tape loops back on itself. I like that example. Daisy said, as a kid, my sister, brother and I went to a house to be invited for a wedding. The three of us have the same vivid memory, but we were told it wasn't true. Don't you hate it when people tell you that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Old and Eclectic said, I want to go on the American tour. Salem, is it? Yes. So we're going to be staying just out of Salem. We're going to be near Boston, and there are a couple of major places that we're going to be investigating. We're just waiting to get the final word on whether they're locked in or not. And they are like, you will tear someone's eyes out to get to go and investigate them. They're very, very cool.
And the reason we are not in Salem, because no one stays in Salem unless their pockets are so deep. Because in places that would normally maybe cost $200-300 a night turn into $900 a night during Halloween and the period prior to. So, yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
I've often wondered if shadow people are actually a time slip. Maybe they just haven't manifested enough to be able to be completely seen. Yeah, bless me.
Bless you.
I knew it as a kid. But somebody taught you somewhere, or you heard it on a TV show or something like that. I'm just looking for some sort of connection to a family member, because that is a very random thing to hear. Sorry, I am just...
Yeah, Esther, it's some sort of memory that's being sparked in your home. Take a note of what happens over the next week or two, if there is anything else that occurs within the house that might give you a little bit of extra information. Other than that, again, it's just one of those things that's happened and you don't put too much emphasis on it. Other than, wow, it's an experience.
Freezing. I just want to say I'm freezing.
Or turn it off.
I can put a jacket on if you're comfortable.
No, it's fine. So, yeah, treat it as just one of those things at this stage and see what happens. Now, Lisa, should developers of equipment and apps be completely transparent about how it works? Do you think some teams hold back from discussing certain equipment in more detail in fear of backlash? I think some teams hold back from discussing certain equipment because they're not quite sure how it works. And they just kind of turn, you know how often you just turn it on, you go with it? Or you've watched it on TV and so you just repeat that. Do people go through the whole book on how to work NSB 11 and what you're supposed to be looking for? Probably in most cases not. And I'm not saying it happens everywhere, but you get excited, you get a piece of equipment, you go out into the field and you start using it, and if nothing goes wrong, you just use it in the same way all the time. So it's one of those things where, you've got an equipment and you've pulled it out and gone, let's just use it, let's see what happens. And then you go back and you go, well, I've got to really learn what all these things are supposed to be doing here.
If I remember correctly, you were sort of very keen to use it. I'm going, but I don't know how to use it. I can't talk on camera about it. Oh, well, we'll just use it.
Yeah. So it happens. Should they be transparent about how it works? I think it can take away from what they're trying to achieve for their program or for their show. It may not be part of what they are trying to portray or to deliver for their particular likers or followers. So it's one of those things, Lisa, that depending on what you're trying to do in your show or on your page will depend on whether, you kind of do that.
As far as I'm concerned, you have to know how the equipment or the app works because otherwise you can't use it. They should absolutely be very open and transparent and just say that it's going to pick up on vibrations or it's going to pick up on this because how do you use it if you don't know what it's looking for? And people do it all the time, yeah. And I do believe there are some people that just make equipment, jump on the bandwagon and will create 30 different versions of EMF detectors with different boxes on them.
It's still just an EMF detector and, you kind of wonder whether fiddling with it actually makes it work less well, detect less. I don't know.
Where in New South Wales would you love to gain access to investigate? There are so many. I'd love to get into the tunnels underneath the train tunnels. Mm-hmm. There used to be whole streets and things down in there.
Mm-hmm. Under the town hall in Sydney. Those ones?
Yeah, and I'd love to get in. Somebody mentioned the Old Maitland Hospital. Love to get into there. I'd love to get into the old courthouse in Newcastle. I would love to investigate my old house up at Nobby's signal station in the island. That was freaking haunted. The Stockton Hospital, would love to investigate there. How long you got?
The old hospital that's up in the Blue Mountains too. That would be awesome.
Yeah, there's not much of it left now. Apparently people have wrecked it.
Yeah. And that's a problem. Yeah. People wrecking things.
So they would have been better off running some structured tours with some people so that the place was then bringing in some money and it was controlled rather than just people running amok. Anyway, Fairy Dragon said they've had a similar experience driving as well, Renata.
Yeah, Fairy Dragon. It's an interesting experience, isn't it? And you kind of turn up and you go, I don't recognise anything. Someone mentioned, Daisy mentioned Gladesville Hospital.
I've got it right there.
Yeah. Have heard of Gladesville Hospital or Asylum. We can't get into it. Tried.
Is that the there's two. There's Gladesville and what's the other one called? Stanley Park? Not Stanley Park.
Yes.
Are they the same place?
I think it is, yes.
In that case, yes, I have investigated it a couple of times.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
In the criminally insane wing. And it was Christmas time and we had a REM pod that was sitting up in the tea and coffee section where the guests would come and visit. And we were trying to engage and I said, would you like me to sing a Christmas carol? And it went, beep. And I said, okay, I'll ask them, you tell me which one you want to sing. Silent Night, Deck the Halls, Jingle Bells, beep. Okay, Jingle Bells. So I started singing Jingle Bells and it's like, jingle bells, jingle bells. So it's going beep, 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 beep.
Wow.
And we were filming it, but I had one of the old cameras. This was like 12 years ago. And the battery died on the camera and the file didn't save and was corrupted.
No.
And so I lost it.
Damn it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Central Station. I don't know if Central Station was a cemetery. Was that the cemetery that had the cemetery train?
Central Station has the cemetery train and the kind of the station, the special station that was created for the cemetery train to go to. But the old town hall area used to be where all the grave sites were. I think, unless I've got it
Callan
wrong.
Park, that's it. Or Callan Park.
Callan Park, Callan. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going through and clicking on questions that are coming through. Right, I'm going to jump back up to there. So, yes, we have visited that one, so I can take that one out. Marilyn, sorry, it is not our tarot night tonight. This is our paranormal questions and answers, my love. We'll be back on the first whatever of the month. We're thinking of challenging ourselves to be online, live, somehow or other, every day for December.
Lord help us all.
I don't know.
If we can move our
even if it's like 15 minutes.
Like our likers, our people who are watching, if we can move that up, we will be on every day.
Yep. Have we been to places in Victoria like Arrowdale? Yes, we have been to several places in Victoria.
Yep.
The old Geelong Jail, which I thoroughly recommend if anyone wants to go and try that out. They run a great experience down there, and it's not the hysterical bullshit, which is great. We did Arrowdale, which was really interesting. It was quiet the night we were there. It doesn't mean it's not haunted. It was just quiet. And there was somewhere else we went on a walking tour somewhere as well. I can't remember where that was, but that was a walking ghost tour. That was a lot of fun. But we might be back in that area next year. Thinking of a developer making vague sweeping comments about other apps but not willing to go on specifics. I'd like to see more open discussion. See, there's supposed to, on the app, there's a permission section, and if you look at what they're asking to use in your permissions, it will give you more of an idea of what the phone is accessing to give you the results it's giving. I don't like to use an app unless I actually understand how it works. What's your thoughts on pets coming back after passing? I hear it's common for them to come back for a short time. The first few weeks after my dog passed, I was having a really hard time. Oh,
yeah, sorry for your loss. It's so hard to lose a beautiful pet that you've had for a while. They are really family. And yes, we have heard a lot of stories about pets showing themselves in some way and being still there with their family. Sometimes they come back a long time afterwards, and sometimes, like you said, it's only for a few weeks and then it just seems to dissipate.
It also said, I started hearing sounds that were uniquely like his, like a growl, head shake, so I felt his presence for over a week. Probably just making sure you're okay.
I love Susan Davy, my gorgeous, gorgeous bestie friendy.
Oh, well.
One of them.
Good.
But she's reminded us about the Christmas card challenge we did last year.
Oh, can we get into that
Remember
again?
the Christmas card challenge?
Oh, we'd love that. Actually, we got some. I did get a cut. I've been very remiss at telling our beautiful supporters have sent some things through. We'll have to do a thing. Yes. Tell them about the Christmas card challenge.
So last year we did a Christmas card challenge, and we challenged everyone that watched us to send us a Christmas card, and we had a length of a ribbon running across Anne's very long hallway.
Yep.
And what we needed was enough cards to actually go all the way across the ribbon, and we made it.
We did it.
Absolutely made it. So we're going to have another Christmas card challenge this year, and it's going to be a longer piece of string. A longer piece of string.
To see if we've improved since last year.
Or we might have to do a count, like we need 30 cards or something, or we need 40 Christmas cards.
Oh, let's go 50.
So we're going to set a challenge. And
what do we do, Renata, if we get the cards? What is the reward?
I don't know.
But we did receive this card the other day. That's not going to work, is it? I've got to get it into the light. So this, and I've got some others as well, was from Annika from Sweden, believe it or not. Happy birthday, either late or early. I'm not sure which one that was, probably for her. I'm going through all your stories and loving them. I heard your story about Borgvatnet. Haven't been there and it sounds fishy to me. However, the image on this postcard is Glimminge House. I'm always really good on names. The best preserved medieval stronghold in Scandinavia, built 1499 to 1506. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's in my area and I visit it basically every year. My grandfather's father worked there and it is haunted. You should go there. I would love to go there.
Yes, please.
Wow. My husband and I might be doing a cruise in Iceland. It's closer to Sweden than what Australia is anyway. I would take Renata with us, but she won't get on a boat.
No.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one.
And Daisy, I think is it Tarban Creek? Is that what it's called?
Nikki just said here, Gladesville Asylum was formerly known as the Tarban Creek Lunatic Asylum. Isn't that just awful words?
But that was the word that was used in the 1800s, late 1700s, 1800s. That was all that they knew as to classify those people. So we can't
We're just
kind
saying
of
words
go
from history.
Yeah, we can't kind of go, well, isn't that bad? It's bad now, but yeah, back then it was just the way it was.
All right, now I think I do have the address here, but it is also on our Facebook page. But it's P.O. I remember last year I got the wrong bloody post box number.
And coming here tonight, I have to say that I saw my very first house with Christmas lights on it. I'm upset.
My daughter's got the Christmas tree up.
I'm
not
upset.
happy.
I can't believe that it's this early that they're putting Christmas lights on. This is like mid-November. I've never seen it this early before. What in the hell's going on? Has anyone else seen Christmas lights around where they are? And let us know where you are, not your address, but the city that you live in. And let us know if you've already seen Christmas lights up.
I've just got to check the postcode.
It's dreadful.
I'm just doing a quick check here, because I don't want to get it wrong like I did. Luckily, the people at the post office know me really well, so they fixed it up for me. We didn't lose anyone's card. So that is our postcode, our address. There we go.
And if we get a Christmas card from you, that's what we'll do. We'll send a Christmas card to you from us.
Broke.
How many do you think you're going to get? We'll see how we go. But
each person has to send one card, whereas we might have to send 50 cards.
That's okay.
Okay, we'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
We'll go around the world.
It'll be our Christmas present to you.
Yeah, all right. So make sure there's a return address on there so that we can stalk you. In Melbourne, okay. There's a newer girl. So I'm just trying to catch up on, Dublin, Ireland. Oh, I do love Ireland, Ali. Although I don't like driving in Ireland. I had a freak out. It's all right, I've got tablets now. I should be okay. No, Dangar is actually Newcastle West. So it's right in Newcastle, and that's where our post box is. Are we tracking since last time? It's been an awesome year. Hello, Big Ben Urban Explorations. How are you doing? Oh, beautiful ghost grannies. I will send this. Oh, you don't need to do that, Joe. That's fine. That is totally fine. We live in a street that's a battle between Halloween and Christmas. When Halloween decos go up, out comes the Christians in the street and put up the crosses.
Daisy, next year you need to send us photographs of that.
We need to see that.
We would love to see that. That would be so hilarious. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you've got some funny signs. Like I was trying to turn right in Dublin, and there was like different roads to the right, and one of them had a round thing up with a cross on it, and that's where I was heading. And I suddenly went, oh, that means I'm not meant to go in there. And then I was stuck in the middle of this massive intersection going, where do I go? I can't go down there, and I can't see where else to go. So I just very quickly accelerated back and went straight ahead. So I broke a lot of rules. I didn't get arrested, thank God. And I actually was that distressed because I consider myself to be a good driver, and normally I am a good driver. But that discombobulated me. That threw me really bad. And then there was another sort of little section where we had to come off the lane, and the navigator was going, go left, but it was sort of going, stay in the left of the left lanes, but it was a bike lane, and I ended up in a bike lane.
Oh, Libby, a house in Thornton that puts up its lights in early October.
Oh, no.
It's just too soon.
Dave Roman has joined the team. His first Temu package arrived today. He got this phone charger for his car, and it's got flashing lights on it and things on it. He's so happy. He loves it. Oh, no.
Okay, well.
Have we done an investigation in Penrose Forest or Belangolo?
No.
Oh.
We would get hung, drawn, and quartered.
Yes.
No.
It's too soon.
Yeah, there was a group that went out a couple of years ago trying to do
Run some tours.
an investigation out there, and they suffered the wrath of the community.
And onto the media, and it was pretty bad. Oh, they like your Ghostbusters T-shirt.
Well, thank you. It's doing its fuzzy thing tonight.
Yeah. Oh, 40 minutes from you, Dave. Oh, really? We've heard of a few people, pardon me, who have escaped Ivan. There were some ladies that came on one of the ghost hunting experiences, the Ghost Hunting 101 investigation that Renata runs at Maitland Jail. And they were actually being followed in his panel van, and they escaped by running down someone's driveway and jumped over fences to get away from him. They were very lucky.
Wow.
Oh. Didn't think he normally went for boys, though. He normally went for the girls.
Oh, if you can't have what you want.
Oh, Sky, really? Oh, you're 10 minutes from him. Oh. A random boat.
Random boat dumped in the middle of the forest. Wow.
I believe Shaney had a lot of relatives, which is why sometimes certain locations aren't very keen to speak about Ivan and the stories of Ivan, because they are worried that, oh my, I've got googly eyes again, that some of the relatives may come for them, that's bullying, really.
Oh, look at that one. I've lost my soul. My soul has died.
There we go, I've got googly eyes.
Yeah.
It's doing weird things to your teeth as well.
I know, it's what I said.
German who thought they were working with Ivan. Ooh. I'm sorry. I haven't been sleeping terribly well. I'm very worried about prepping my father's house for sale and trying to clean out all his stuff, and it's very traumatic. It's very traumatic.
Yeah.
So, we're getting through it, though. All right. Well, we might wrap it up for the night, and we will be back. So the first Thursday is the tarot readings, and the third Thursday is the Paranormal Q A. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for those people who sent some stars and super stickers. We really appreciate that. We are going to put that now towards buying some lights. We need to get some proper studio lights, and we're actually working on some T-shirt ideas as well. got to give you those passwords.
Yeah.
But
Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been lovely to catch up.
that's definitely another sculling word. When we have our last Spooky Sundays for the year, we're going to have a drinking competition, and there's various things that we say apparently all the time that people are going to take a shot when they hear it. All right,
See you later, everyone.
See you on the dark side.
Bye.
Bye.